Let's start with connecting my InsForge backend to my cloud code. Just run a command here, and this will be installing the latest InsForge CLI and the skills. So let me start my cloud code. In the application we're going to build today, I have a prompt here. Let's just copy it back to my cloud code and paste it. It's called Snap, which is essentially Urlbox clone. So it's like you can post a URL and you can get back PNG PDF in less than 2 seconds. And then the backend we're going to be having InsForge is storage to store the the images or PDFs returned. We're going to use database to store the information about API keys or usage. And then the biggest part is actually here. We are going to let my coding agent to create a Python fast API backend and deploy it on InsForge backend because InsForge provides compute. And the reason we need this is because we're going to use Playwright, so it will be requiring a real Chromium to actually running in a real container. So it's not something serverless function or edge function can do, so we need a backend server. And then in this entire process, Cloud Code will be reasoning about what to do, and whenever it needed something, it will be loading the skill exactly like this. You can see, because Cloud Code has no context about what is InsForge and how to use it, is that it will actually load in the InsForge CLI skills to understand how to use InsForge. So basically, Cloud Code is fetching skills, reading skills on the fly whenever it needed anything. And after that, it's actually creating a schema with the PG vector and 3 tables. It recommended and implement RLS and then the search RPC, etc. You can see here it's actually running the CLI for DB migrations without me doing anything. Yep, migration is completed. You can see it generates this migration file here and then run the migration for me. The Python backend cannot use JS SDK, so you need to grab the REST docs. So it is actually getting the docs from this CLI command. InsForge CLI docs storage REST API. Seems like it is completed. Let's give it a try. And then go to API keys. Creating key, let's call it Happy News. Let's copy this key, go back to Playground, and paste the key here, and capture new style Y Combinator account. And there you go, we have this. Let's try to capture InsForge. And we have 2 history here, and then we can do some search, vector search, Hacker News, and this one is 66% similarity, while InsForge is only 27%, and it's working. Let's go to our InsForge dashboard to take a look at the entire backend. So we have a new user register, we have 3 tables to storing our data, we have buckets. Yes, we have 2 buckets to storing our F3, which is the images we just captured. Also, actually, there's another bucket to create thumbnails, which is amazing. And the best part is on the compute side, we actually deployed a 2 GB memory backend server, which is entirely completed by my agent. The second feature I would like to show you is backend branching. This means you can create a comprehensive replica of your entire backend with data, schema, config, users, everything into a dev or staging branch. So whenever your agent's making any mistake or do anything, it's not your product. Let's try to do this workflow in my coding agents. Let's go to my cloud code and asking it to create a backend branch for me. The branch dev is already finished provisioning, and the most importantly, our CLI context is already switched to the dev. It means whatever we're typing here is only going to be impacting our dev branch, not our prod. So let's take a look at the dev branch. Let's go to the drop down here, click on dev, and we can see the users here. We have tables and data are exactly the same from our prod. And then we also have buckets. Even the images within the buckets were copy paste as well. So this is like comprehensive branching. Okay, let's go back here and do something. Run the migration to drop all of my tables. Seems like Cloud Code dropped my tables. Let's go to the database to take a look. Yes, there's no more table here. And the next thing I would like to show you is there's something we can do is actually called reset from the parent. You see there's something called reset branch. We can actually reset my branch. Our branch depth is back to T0, which means the table we just dropped is already back. Let's take a look. Yes, the table and data are back. That's the second thing I'd like to show you. The last feature I would like to show you is how Cloud Code can fetch server-side information. Fetch telemetry information of my backend server and tell me if my backend server is healthy or not. What Cloud Code is going to do is loading the InsForge backend advisor skills, understand what are the available commands it can run. So after that, it's just going over several different commands to deep dive of understanding what exactly is the backend server status looks like. So it back to us with a conclusion that our backend is pretty healthy. And let's actually do Control-O to expand all of these logs to see what are the information Cloud Code fetched. We can see there are some of the warnings about the RIS policies, but it's not very critical. And then our database is pretty healthy. We only have 3 live connections out of 60. And our CPU memory disk, telemetry information is very healthy as well, not hitting any threshold. It's pretty stabilized. So overall, our backend indeed is very healthy.